Lenwo Mwet Kosrae, Mase Met Kulona Malalap for an absolutely amazing experience. The scouting trip was a success, even though the original plan won't work. At least not yet. The reality TV show concept, the timing's off. Conditions on the ground just aren't right, and that's okay, because what I experienced changed me, and it taught me something even bigger. I had the chance to live the abundance mindset in a way that I never have before. I lived it fully and radically, and it was healing, and it was eye-opening. And it's leading me to pivot. Before I talk about what's next, let's acknowledge a few things that hold humanity back. This isn't about blame, it's about awareness. Because if we can't set our egos aside and talk honestly, we'll never make progress. An abundance mindset is not naive optimism, where we hide our head in the sand believing things will just work out. It's about acknowledging reality and finding the best way forward, getting in the flow and enjoying the ride. Shifting into an abundance mindset is hard. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. As humans, we do a lot of dumb stuff just because we've seen it done before.
Okay, I'm confused. Are the bags on or off?
Wait a minute! I didn't say no bags.
But nobody can see.
So?
So it'd be nice to see.
God damn it! This is a raid! I can't see, you can't see. So what? All that matters is can the fucking horse see? That's a raid!
Let's start with the 5-monkey experiment.
In 1966, scientists conducted an experiment where they placed 5 monkeys in a room. In the room, they set up a ladder with some bananas on top. Whenever one of the monkeys climbed the ladder to get the bananas, the scientists sprayed the rest of the monkeys with cold water. The monkey would come down and the water would stop. When another monkey tried to climb, the cold water would be sprayed again. Eventually, whenever any monkey tried to climb the ladder, the others would beat him up to stop him. Then, the scientists replaced one of the monkeys with a new one. The new monkey, unaware of the cold water, tried to climb the ladder, but was immediately beaten by the other monkeys. He learned that climbing the ladder led to a beating, though he didn't know why. As the experiment continued, the scientists replaced all the original monkeys one by one. Each new monkey was beaten when it tried to climb the ladder, even though none of them had ever experienced the cold water. By the end, all the original monkeys were gone, the cold water had stopped, but none of the remaining monkeys would try to climb the ladder, nor would they let any other monkey do so. This behavior had become a tradition, even though none of them knew why.
The second set of monkeys missed out on a lot of damn bananas for no other reason other than their own faulty belief system. As humans, we often do the same thing.
Monkey's afraid to eat the red berries until he sees another monkey eat them. Monkey see, monkey do.
We repeat and reinforce behaviors that don't serve us just because that's how it's always been done. We double down on beliefs out of habit, at home, at work, in churches, and in politics. You and I are no different. Take religion, for example. I was born Mormon, and they sent me to Kosrae. Most of you were born Protestant and still are. Why? Because that's what you know and what you're familiar with. But if you were born in Saudi Arabia, you would be Muslim. Most people stick with the faith they were born into. That's not a judgment, it's just a reflection of how deep our programming runs. Then there's power. The Stanford prison experiment comes to mind. When we're given power, we often abuse it.
Know this! Killing is my business, ladies! And business is good!
And when we're powerless, we often rebel.
You can do it, Brucey! You can do it, Bruce!
Even Jesus? He gained a following because he stood up to the oppressive religious elites of his time. The Pharisees were the status quo. They had the law of Moses and believed that they knew what's best for the people. Jesus challenged that. They killed him for it. True or not doesn't even matter. Somebody wrote a book about it and it's still a bestseller 2,000 years later. We're wired to cling to what we know, but what we know isn't always working.
Why would anyone possibly confuse you with me?
Because we're the same person.
That's right.
Knowing that we can't change other people, my biggest takeaway is this. Help only works if people are willing to help themselves. If someone doesn't have skin in the game, they won't value what they've been given. That's human nature. Most people wait for someone else to fix things. Maybe they win the lottery or Mr. Beast shows up, but that's not real change. So my focus has changed. I'm working with those who show up, those who take action, who are ready to lead. Let me introduce 3 of my favorite Kosraean leaders that I met. First, Mayor Sidney Jesse of Layla. When I first arrived, Governor Pollack gave me 2 tasks. 1, spend time on the ground to understand the real grassroots issues. 2, get a diving board for the Layla swimming hole. I made a fun shout-out video to Mr. Beast about the diving board, but after a few weeks, I realized I was doing exactly what I was preaching against, waiting for someone else to come solve the problem. So I flipped it. I handed Mayor Jesse $500 and a link to a zipline kit on Amazon. I said, let's build this together. You and your community match that $500 and make it happen. His eyes lit up. That's how I knew this guy's got it. A Kosraean leader building Kosraean solutions. Next, Utwa. That's where I stayed. Engamakul Utwa say. Cut Nakun Fesin. Nakun Fesin Napaye. And wow, the people there, they brought me into their homes and welcomed me like family. Everybody's like, Uchuk Mongo rice. And I'm like, Osh Kappa? They fed me, sang to me, worked with me, played with me, taught me, prayed with me, and loved me. They made me part of something bigger. There, I worked with Mayor Carson Nena and Senator Gamado Melander. Together with support from my family in the U.S., we stocked the local clinic with basic meds like Tylenol and ibuprofen. But here's the thing, they didn't wait for me. They've been at this for years. Reopening the marina, helping small businesses launch, creating youth programs to teach life and social skills. These are real grassroots leaders. But not everything is rosy. There's strong anti-government sentiment under the surface, in Kosrae and across the FSM. Just look at Chuk. People are tired of the same old games. They're rebelling against corruption, voter fraud, nepotism, manipulation, and greed. Society is jaded from entitled leaders who serve their own agendas and drain public resources while lining their own pockets. To me, it has a similar vibe, albeit an island vibe, to the Arab Spring in the Middle East. Same pattern, same pressure cooker.
In 2011, massive protests erupted across the Arab world in almost perfect synchrony. The protesters demanded that their dictators would step down. They wanted higher standards of living, less corruption, and democratic institutions.
Some dictators fell, others paid their way out. But those who didn't address the real problems, the grievances continue to fester. They may have kicked the can down the road a ways, but make no mistake, it's a ticking time bomb. And the Pied Piper will be paid. As humans, we often feel embarrassed or ashamed when others call us out on our deficiencies. By nature, we push back and insist that we're right. But this prevents growth. If you're worried that people will see that you're getting it wrong, welcome to Earth. You are in good company. Look around. We're all getting it wrong. I've seen this story play out before, and I want to help Kosrae chart a better course. So here's the pivot. The reality show will have to wait. For now, I'm hitting the road, full-time RVing across America to visit Kosraean communities in the U.S. I want to learn, why did you leave? What would it take for you to return? How can we make Kosrae a place where you can thrive and not just survive? The goal? Find even more Kosraean leaders, the dreamers, the doers, the ones with heart, vision, and courage. Change is coming, whether you like it or not. The question is, will we lead it or be steamrolled by it? We have to let go of pride, be willing to be wrong, learn from what's not working, pivot, and try something new. Kosrae already has the most naturally kind, generous culture I've ever encountered. That's already a massive head start. Now let's minimize the bad and amplify the good. The original show idea might still happen one day, but first we need to create a new environment, one that reverses the current course. I believe the Kosraeans living in the U.S. are the key. They've seen the world, they've gained skills, and deep down, they desperately want to come home. They can restore the balance between doing and being, and help build one of the most beautiful societies the world has ever seen.
It was said that you would destroy this Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness!
To my lovely Mwet Kosrae, Nga Long said Kowoskewa, I'm in this with you and for all of humanity. Let's be the light on the hill that cannot be hid. May the Force be with you. Hashtag Ushkaki Fry and Oshkappa. Cut foul soon, K in America. Let's cook this chicken.
Boat snack!